All right, T-Rex82 here. Welcome back to another Empyrion Galactic Creators Studio update. Did some work on this on the last stream over on Twitch, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update to where we currently are standing with this cargo SV. I have named this. I have decided to name this the Cretan Bull. Uh, if you don't know much about the Greek mythology for that, I encourage you to go take a look at it. It's pretty cool. But we did a lot of work on this front end. That's where I spent most of my time, and we kind of decided to, within the stream, to kind of blow it out and kind of make it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, a little bit more of a almost like a hammerhead feel on that. Now I've done a couple things. So I reworked the front of this. I also added in a second cockpit up on the top, an external one, just for ease of use, or if you have another person flying with you, you can use that as well. Um, but more importantly, there's a couple other things that I have done. Originally, I had this set up to carry just your two cargo HVs, which were 32,000 apiece. So you're looking at 64,000 when all is said and done. But then I thought to myself, well, not everybody is going to be using those with this. So I may have it set up so that you can dock mining vessels, you can dock other SVs to it, whatever floats your boat, or even that and the cargo vessel as well. So I wanted to make sure that this ship itself had a decent amount of cargo space. So what we've gone ahead and done is we have gone through and piped in a lot of these cargo extensions. Now, they do run the entire length of the ship down here. I haven't figured out what to do with the back as of yet. I'll explain that in a second. Um, but when all is said and done, once I get this piped in here, we will be looking at the 32,000 for this as well. So you have 32,000 here with the possibility of having an additional 64,000 with your attached HVs. So to counteract that, I did need to have sufficient thrust. So I actually added in a little bit bigger thrusters on the side. We are going to have to add more fuel tanks and things like that to work with it. But this thing right now, when I get in it and take off from a standing start with nothing attached and nothing on board, it's incredibly insane to lift off and also the roll. So I've added in these supplemental thrusters here on the underside just to use those when you're unladen, when you have no extra weight on this. And I'll test that out in the future here. I may have to add a couple more here and there, but that's where that is currently. So, like I was saying, we kind of busted out this front end and widened it, gave it a little bit different cockpit shape here. I was able to fit in these two, I think they're 2x3 or 2x5. I think they're 2x5s for your stopping power, plus um, the Gatling guns on the side, just for a little added protection. Nothing crazy. Again, this is just going to be kind of a transport vessel. But I'm liking the way it's coming out. Done a little shaping underneath here. There's a lot of things that I want to do here. It's not even close to being finished as of yet. Same with up here. Not 100% sure what I want to do. But thinking about this, what I really wanted to do is start tying in this with the Taiki line. And what I mean by that is if you're familiar with the Taiki Industries Taiki that I had released, which is that cross between the Venture and the Vulture. Let me pull it up here. There it is. And let's throw that in there. Now, one of the things that I really liked about this is all of the piping, all of the scaffolding, all the busyness, the thruster housings, and I wanted to get back into this style again. I had kind of strayed away from that for a little while here, but I do want to get back in that because that is something that I've embraced for a long time and it's just working for me. But more importantly, I wanted to tie in other elements of this. So the most important one that I see, or the most standout thing, is the back end of this. The way I have this kind of protruding out the back as it runs along the spine of the ship, if you want to call it that. So I decided on this to do the same thing. So I ended up running this down the entire spine of the back. and then tied it in down here. Now I'm probably going to be doing the similar thing in the back where you're going to have these fins coming in, but as far as tying out this section, not 100% sure what to do as of yet. Since I do have the forward thrust there, I'm probably going to add a little bit more within here, but I don't know. I have to figure out how I want to tie this all together. Because right now it just looks a little bit bare and a little bit weird. So I'll figure that out as we go. But again, it's going to be the same color scheme. It's going to be the yellow that you see from here with a lot of the grays and the same types of metal work and detail work as far as that's concerned, with a lot of the cautionary uh, decals and things like that. And we'll have the rust spots and everything will go along with it. So yeah, that's where we are with that. The other cool thing, which just happened to work out, is the where this external cockpit is. I just happened to lay it in, and I kind of like where it is. And the reason for that is because, number one, if you're inside the main cockpit here, you can look right up inside, and you can see the other cockpit. I think that's pretty cool. Not a bad little feature. I think it's pretty sweet. So, on the flip side of that, it's the same idea. If you're up in this cockpit, you can see right down into the other one. I don't know. It's just more immersive to me. I really kind of like that. And let's get out of there. So, as I said before, we're going back into this type of thruster housing here. Wrapped it around the back, kind of a change the shaping back here a little bit. Yeah, again, there's unfinished pieces, but we'll get there eventually. This is prior to me using any of the decal blocks too, so this is going to have a lot of eye candy by the time I'm done with it. But yeah, so very happy with it so far. Sadly, my stream ended up cutting short a little bit last week due to an outage that I had here in my area, and I couldn't get that back up in time. And of course, that being my first affiliate stream, it's a little bit embarrassing. But we're back up and running again. Everything is good to go. We're going to be looking at Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Eastern. I invite you all to join me over on my Twitch channel. Link is down in the description as always. And I love all the support I've been getting from all of you. And as always, I appreciate it very, very much. So until next time, I'm going to leave it right there. And y'all keep your heads above the hard deck. Take care.